All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of True Tall Tales and Whiskey. Tonight we got Mr. Colton Mathis in the house. He's just coming off of his last I did it. I knew it was going to happen every time. All right, let's see a little moment of silence real quick.
R.I.P. That take.
All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of True Tall Tales and Whiskey. Tonight we got Mr. Colton Mathis in the house, fresh off of his first full studio album release called Main Street Down. Colton's a local to this area, so I mean, kind of a local. We're probably gonna have plenty of shit to talk for this, though.
Yeah.
But Colton, how you doing tonight?
Good, man. Just chilling. I am from the area.
Not really. You're from Crandall. You're from Crandall.
It's only 30 minutes.
30 minutes
From
is
the
not
area.
really
The
there.
mountains.
Actually, you know what? Where were you born?
Like 20 minutes that way.
Me too, so shut the fuck up.
20 minutes ago. Wait, where were you born?
I was born in Greenville.
I was born in Greenville as well.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Damn. Okay. Well, never mind then. I was trying to talk shit because you're from Crandall.
But still, yeah, I was raised in Crandall, and it's a great area too, man.
It's all right.
It's all right.
It's a good spot.
Josh over here kicking bottles. We just started an episode. This should be fun.
This is gonna be great. He's been to Crandall.
Definitely.
I know, he's been there.
All right. So Main Street Down. That was your first full studio album, correct?
Yeah, I put it out July or June 30th. I don't know why I always go because today's July 31st, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, June 30th. I put it out. Really, Main Street Down it's about Crandall. It's about Main Street and Crandall, where I grew up and was a kid. And Crandall was a very small town back then. Not like it's still a small town there, but it's with progression. The city's just gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger.
There's a lot of people there now.
There is a lot of people there. For the longest, it was that kind of, that little small town right outside of Dallas. You could see the skyline, and now it's kind of, it's getting more subdivisions, more of that type of thing, and it's just growing. But yeah, man, Main Street Down was about a time when I was, a couple of the songs are from, like high school, and, some of it's just being out in the front yard and running from the cops when you were kids, and
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. It's been long enough. It's all right.
Statute limitations.
But in the song Main Street Down, I say, I can show you the alleys. It's because we used to walk down to City Market. We used to like 2:00 in the morning. We would buy cans, like soda cans, and we would just go out in the street and just throw them up in the air and let them come down. Well, the cops would always come. At some point, the cops were going to show up. And so we could run literally down from the City Market, down the alley, which is grown over. It's like a little tunnel almost. And we would run all the way down, and the alley came out at my house. And so we would run from the cops as a kid, and that's what that line means from that song.
Hell yeah.
That's kind of what the album is the attitude of the album is, I feel like, is just small town, like your friends, people you grew up with, people who aren't here anymore. It's just a small town album.
Yeah.
So
It's fucking good.
It's really good. It came out, me and Avery were playing, or Avery was playing, Avery Flores. Avery was playing a show, and it came out the same night. Like, I went to his show, and we listened to it the whole way home, bro. And it was just like, we were just like, oh my goodness. It's so good. Just like it's so musically sound. It's so put together. It's put together super well. And it flows really well. I don't like Always Mad. That's okay. I like the whole rest of the record so much.
he does not like it. It's all right. And you know what? I'm cool with that. I'm cool with, and an honest friend is probably your best friend. So,
Yeah, man.
But yeah, no, I get it. Sometimes I don't like the song. Not the recording of it. Sometimes I'm just like, man, that was a terrible time. But
Yeah, man, I get that.
But I dressed up. But yeah, no, I get it, man. I appreciate that.
No problem.
I appreciate it big time.
So a lot of the songs on the album came out on the acoustic EP that you dropped, the Rocket Chair EP.
The
Acoustic frying pan.
The frying pan.
A frying pan EP.
Frying
That's
pan.
I don't know why the fuck.
Because I'm sitting in a chair on the.
Yeah, that's
album.
probably what it was.
Dude, you don't know
Maybe
how many
I'll
people have
distract
been like.
the frying pan EP.
Some people have called it the chair EP. You know, because I'm sitting in like a chair, like a weird looking. You know, it's kind of.
I guess that's what threw me off. But they came out on the frying pan EP. So what artists or like what were your influences in inspiring the sound between the full studio album?
A lot of it had to do with like how it just kind of when we were jamming it. I wanted it to be more of like a garage style sound. You know what I'm saying? Where you still have like these kind of punchier bass lines. It's not country. It's not like rock. I don't think. I mean, there's some rock tone on it, but I think with that, we just we set up some amps and, we were just we went through some sounds, and that's kind of how a lot of the punchiness and stuff came from this album. But a lot of it is I had to figure out a way how to come out of singer-songwriter playing with an acoustic and to doing it full band. Right. And I hadn't done that in a very long time. And so when we got together just playing it in the living room, and it was just kind of not exactly all on, but it was all on,
Yeah.
Right.
And so at the same time, and
like it wasn't polished, but it sounded right.
Yeah. And I remember the first time we hit the candle, and it was like,
so good.
That's such a good
it was
song.
just perfectly in time. And I remember I was running like 2 overdrives through my Fender, and it was just naturally beefy tone. There was nothing else but just those 2 overdrives in the Fender. Fender turned up because we were jamming, because Ethan Whitaker doesn't know, he can't play lightly, especially when you're in the moment, and I don't either. So it's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Hell yeah.
And we just hit that, and I was like, that's how it's got to be. It's got to have some of that in it. And so a lot of those tones was just the natural tone. The next album will probably be a little different, because it's going to be more of we're getting more tone, different things. But like this one was definitely like, hey, we're playing this like we're 19 years old and we got something to kind of say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In that time when I was 19, I would have liked to release these songs back then. And I just kind of figured out that's how they would sound, if I was able to do that. That's what I tried to do.
Yeah.
And I think that Ethan did it well.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I mean, we got a 19-year-old in the house. So
Hey, hold up. Josh's mic ain't on.
Oh, is it not?
It's not, bro.
It's not on.
It's not on at all?
No.
It was earlier.
Is there a mic out at all right there?
What'd you hit, Brayden?
I didn't nothing, bro.
Brayden over there pressing buttons.
It's one of those ones with the red on it.
Talk.
Yes.
Oh, there it
Brayden.
is.
There we go.
Hey, look, I'm not gonna blame you. I probably would have muted Josh too.
We're back. We're back online. We're back online now. We're
Oh
good.
yeah, we're gonna keep this thing thangin'.
All right, Colton.
Keep
so,
that thing thangin'.
So we got Brayden Stewart in the house, and as we were talking about Ethan and everything else, wanted to talk a little bit about 301 for the people that aren't familiar or don't really know. Like, let us know a little bit about what y'all got going on and who all that consists of.
So 301 is Ethan Whitaker. He's the main guy. He is the guy.
He is the guy.
301,
He's 301. It's his house.
But he does like a lot of production. We did the album, in a studio. And we've done a lot of other people's stuff in it too. But Ethan, he does a lot of the acoustic stuff. He's done like Parker Ryan's early stuff. He did all that. And and I mean, you go listen to those songs, they sound great. We've got Brayden's doing stuff through 301 now. I record, of course I play guitar for Zach Welch. And so I mean,
Shout out
he's on
Zach,
301.
Shout out Zach Welch, bro.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah,
Man, he's
go
pretty
stream
awesome. I
Zach
caught
Welch.
him.
Man.
I caught him while he was doing Gotta Love Texas.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, that's one cool dude right there, man.
Awesome,
man.
bro.
That's one cool
Great
dude.
songwriter.
Great songwriter.
But there's people like Peyton Matus, Marcus
Yeah.
Delgado.
Yes, sir.
Who else? Fifth Floor Homicide.
Dude, Peyton's
Dude,
got
they're
some
awesome.
great songs,
Yeah.
bro.
Who else? I'm missing people, and I feel
Dude,
Jacob Ryan
it's
Marcus,
Jacob Ryan
Killer.
Marshall, Tristan Sanchez,
Tristan Sanchez, for
Kate
sure.
Anson.
Cade Anson.
Jacob Ryan Marshall opened when you were doing your first full band thing at Sweetwater, right?
That's
Yep.
the dude.
God,
He's awesome.
he is
He's awesome.
fucking
He's
incredible.
awesome.
Jacob Ryan Marshall.
Germ,
He's an
bro.
animal, dude. He's an animal.
Dude.
He's not
can't-
from here though, right?
No, he's from the Bay Area. He's
Yeah,
a Bay
yeah, that's
kid.
right.
And he hates Dallas. So every time he's here, it's like you're like, man, see how much better it is up here.
Dude, Ethan hit me up.
It's not
And he
as
was like,
humid,
Ethan hit me up and sent me some dates. And he was like, "Hey, Jacob Ryan Marshall's gonna be back up this way." He's like, "You think you can hook up with some shows?" And I was like, "Yeah, honestly, I think I might can." And then I looked through the couple of venues that I'm booking shit for, and it was already all filled up for that entire week. And God, I feel so bad because he's so good.
Yeah, he's awesome. Speaking on Colton speaking on Colton like playing on people's songs, a lot of people don't know that he played on Black Smoke, and the more ominous kind of those sounds are Colton on the guitar, and we just sat in Ethan's office and Colton just would play, and we'd be like, keep that, don't do that, keep that, do that. Just we sat there one night and he just crushed it, and so he's playing. Colton's an insane guitar player.
Hell yeah.
Insane and just insane musician. So that's something that I've always been like, that's awesome that you can do that.
Man, so I mean, I wanna go off that. So me and Colton, we have something in common. Like we both started out as lead players.
Oh yeah.
So man, like let's talk about that. Like how was that journey,
bro.
transitioning from a lead player into a singer-songwriter?
Well, so all right. When I was a kid, I started playing guitar because I heard Stevie Ray Vaughan. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
And I think a lot of us,
bro.
felt that
For
same
sure.
way.
Yeah.
For sure. Tin Pan Alley.
Dude, I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm telling you. Like anything.
Anything, yeah.
Anything. Like, And so, I started playing like heavily. Like I became addicted to playing guitar when I was like 11 or 12 or so. I was very much addicted to it. I would like, like the story, you fall asleep with your guitar on you,
Yep.
And but I did that regularly. I would put my electric guitar up to my ear because you can hear it when you put your guitar, to it. And so I would just sit there and I would just play, and that was kind of, that time period I remember very well. I don't know if a lot of people do. A lot of people remember when it was hard to play guitar, when it was hard
remember.
to like,
I played guitar at
you had
that
this
age
dream,
too.
but nobody knew it yet. Nobody knew you had this thing.
Yeah.
And,
It was like yesterday for me.
yeah.
I remember that, bro.
Yeah,
that was like
Yeah.
a couple years ago.
I remember at that age, that's when you're like just like picking up guitar and you're like fascinated by it.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
You just
yeah.
play the same song over and over and
Just do
over
the
and
same
over and over.
bend, the same bend over.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember I would
Yeah.
rewind CDs and like cassette tapes, and like I had a VHS of Stevie Ray Vaughan, and I would just like rewind that back and just try to play those bends.
Yeah.
And they're just so impossible. I mean, it's just, but then when you figure one out and like you hit it, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Ray Vaughan.
Yeah,
Me.
I'm him.
He is me.
Good because that's your hero, that's your guy, And going from that into at the time was this very changing red dirt sound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was coming out because not everybody had a computer, not everybody could get on YouTube and stuff like that. But you had the first red dirt thing I had ever heard was Stone the Roo live at Billy Bob's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like 16, 15 when that came out. Probably not even that. Probably 14. And that's the first time I heard it. I was like, man, this is not regular country music.
Yeah.
And you like hear that and so trying to come from blues to doing Texas country, doing what was kind of getting popular, was it made it a little almost easier.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these guys are just playing those rock and blues things lead to these songs, and like
Yeah, pretty much.
They had the formula, bro.
and I just
It works,
did that
yeah.
to
They
like
had-
heavy music.
Yeah.
I did that to blues and stuff. So, but I'll tell you, and y'all know him. Y'all know, the first person that I played for was Chris Cunningham.
Right
So
on.
he
Shout
was
out
writing
Chris.
these
Yeah, bro.
songs,
That's
that were
that
very
dog.
much like that,
Yeah.
But at first, I played bass because my buddy Bobby worked at the Cotton Gin in Crandall, and Chris went up there. They met. Bobby was like, "Hey, I play guitar, blah blah blah," and so Bobby was like, "Hey, we need a bass player. Do you want to play bass?" And I was like, "Sure." I'm not very good at bass at this time.
Yeah, he's like,
And,
fuck it, we're gonna do
And
it.
so yeah, I get on there, and you know, we kind of play a practice, and then they leave and go do something. I don't remember what it was. I got on Bobby's guitar, and I was just like, at the time, I was really into like not sweet picking, but like triplets, like and just fast, and getting faster and faster and faster at it. And I was doing that, and Chris came in. He goes, "Man," he's like, "You're not playing bass anymore."
Shout out, Chris.
He's like,
Hell yeah.
all right.
Oh, yeah.
So then we didn't have a bass player, We just had two guitar players. And we rocked it, man. We rocked it. And
Hell yeah.
it was a great time. But you know, being like Chris was like the first person that I kind of like knew that wrote, you know, that actually wrote his own songs. I was like, "What? You write lyrics down?" Like, I'm over here just writing parts, you know.
He's a damn good
Dude,
songwriter
super
too.
good.
Chris's songwriting.
Yeah.
Chris's songwriting
Yeah.
is
And
insane.
I'll say this online so he can hear me. Like, he still has songs that are old that he needs to bring out. Because there's some songs there that, I'm sorry, Chris, I do love you, man. But some of them songs kick the shit, dude. They are so good. So good. You know, and he's just setting on them, you know?
Yeah, bro.
He played a song in here one night. I was like, when he finished it, I was like, you cannot play that in a bar after
I
I've
was
had
like-
a couple of whiskey shots. I was like, there's no way you're gonna
Oh,
send
yeah,
me
that's-
off into a really bad night.
Yeah, that shit was tough.
Dude, he
Chris is
God.
yeah, man.
I love playing with Chris, bro. You got
he-
to pull out your best songs.
Mm-hmm.
He does, like, I don't know. He can really like sit there and just like start playing a chord progression and just come up with something. And you're like, man, you know, like I wish I could just go off the cuff, you know, like that. You know,
Yeah.
He's really good at that, man. I was like 15, 16 when I started playing for him, and I was a young boy. I was green as green could get, and yeah, man, we had good times. I carried that guy through a hotel
Hell yeah.
one night. It was crazy story. I'll tell you this. This is a cool story. Actually.
Well, hang on. That's why he's friends with Dakota Ritter's big ass. Because Chris
He needs somebody.
Dakota
dude.
can carry him through.
Man,
Yeah.
that's messed up. God. No.
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, but so me and Chris Cunningham, we were playing at this place called the Texas Lounge in Sulphur Springs, and you got to know that the Texas Lounge is a bar inside a hotel. If that tells you anything,
Yeah.
this is not a place for like, you know, law-abiding citizens.
There's
you
some
know?
ratchet shit going
Yeah.
on there.
By the hour.
Especially in Sulphur Springs, Texas.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Anyway, so we're playing like a 3-piece with this guy, and we're doing like I'm just playing lead for Chris pretty much. So he's doing a song swap, but anyway, and the guy, they were like, "Hey, this guy just came in. He was in town. I don't know how they got him, but through somebody's agent, somebody's, you know, whatever." And it was Cody Jinks.
No shit.
And
Hell
but we
yeah.
didn't know it at the time. We didn't know, you know what I'm saying? We didn't, you know, you didn't know it was Cody
It's
Jinks.
cool, bro.
And then like 4 years later, you're like, what? Like, that's Cody Jinks, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like, you know, and he was good. He was like really good, but like, you know, I play with a lot of you guys, and y'all are really good. So it's like, you know,
Hey, right back at
you
you,
know what I'm
man.
saying? I mean,
Thank you, sir.
Cold blooded.
So let's change things up a little bit. Instead of me asking you a question, I'm going to ask a question to Brayden and Matt.
Oh, snap.
When's the first time y'all heard Mr. Colton bend some strings?
But dude, you want to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, bro, take it.
So the first time I heard Colton play was actually on a Facebook Live at a venue I'm not going to say the name of. It was at a venue, and Colton's sitting there in his chair, and he's playing on the looper, like loop something back on the looper. And so I'm in because, you know, I love doing that shit too. So I'm like, oh, who the fuck? And then he started playing, dude, and I was like, what? Like, I was like, oh my God, dude, like this guy is the truth. And then, man, I don't know how long it was after that. It had to have been like a few months or maybe even like half a year, I think, before I actually met you. And then we played together a few times, and, you know,
Well, so the first time I saw Colton was when y'all did that Super Bowl Sunday show. You, Cody Cresswell,
Yes.
Jennifer, and Colton Mathis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
And I was like, I don't know who the hell this fourth guy is, but I don't know. Everybody's like hyping him up, and then I came and he's like walking up and down the fretboard, just fucking
Oh yeah.
playing the shit out of these songs. And Jen's over there like,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, man.
It's a completely like normal reaction to watching Colton.
exactly.
I feel like me and Colton have played most of our shows together at Sweetwater.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
We did a Craft 64.
we did Craft. Yeah, shout out to Craft, man.
We gotta
Top
stop. We gotta stop shouting Sweetwater out so damn much. Chris, you know
On
what?
base.
You've done the damn thing. You've gotten all these damn artists in the same area.
What was your story, Brayden?
Dude.
Yeah, go ahead, Brayden.
First time I saw Colton was he was playing with Cody Cresswell at Sweetwater. Yeah.
Damn it.
That's another shout out. And dude, at that time, dude, I'd been playing gigs for like a month, maybe. And so I was like discovering all this new music and all these new artists, and I was like, bro, like it's crazy that I can just go meet these guys. Like I went to Sweetwater on a Tuesday night and was like glued to Colton. And because I like at that time, like I hadn't met a whole lot of guys that were like guitar like guys. And I thought that I was like a guitar guy. And I saw Colton play and I was like, I'm just a normal average Joe guy, bro. It's so much you can do with an acoustic guitar.
That's
It's
not
crazy.
true. You gotta tell him that's not true.
Yeah, that's not true.
Brayden can shred.
Braden's a shredder too.
Brayden tries to act humble as
he's
he
that young
fucking
blood, you know what
picks
I'm
the shit out of it.
I mean, whatever. But, thank y'all. But, like, it's like I always say that Colton's like a musician's musician. Like, people that play guitar know how good Colton is at guitar. And, like, that's the only, because just to the normal public eye, like, you don't understand how much work, the years it takes, like, the calluses and the blisters and the super, like, frustrating days. And so I see that and I'm like, bro, like, you are a dog. Like, bro. And so, yeah, I actually, I played a song on their break and he came up and I don't know if you remember, we played Simple Man together.
Yeah.
And, dude, it was awesome. It was like, I was like, I didn't know that I could sound like that.
I'll be
Jams.
100% on. Oh shit! I'll be 100% honest with you. You started singing. I was like, oh man, another guy playing Simple Man. Well, you started playing, and I was like, oh, another guy's playing Simple Man. And he started singing. I was like, damn.
Dude,
that video you sent to me of me singing, dude, that was like super close to that night.
yeah. So
Yeah.
where you were in the Deftone shirt,
Yeah.
that was the first time I ever saw you at Sweetwater?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was about to just talk
Was
about.
it that night, bro?
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
first
What
time I
you
ever
remember
saw
is what he
you.
was wearing.
Dude,
Dude, this kid, he came up, he had his dad with him. I was like, I don't know who the fuck this kid is. He came up and sat up and played a song with a Deftone shirt on. I figured he was going to play some rock shit. And he started playing Zach Bryan and then like
immediately.
3 Tyler Childers songs after that. And it was just, it didn't sound anything like what it was supposed to sound like, but it was fucking incredible.
Dude, thanks,
And so since that day, I talked to your dad and you that night. I got your phone number and I've been booking you since then.
Yeah, bro.
Everywhere I fucking can.
But yeah, man, that was when I met Colt, bro. He's blew my mind. We talked about him the whole way home.
Yeah, same week, different night.
Yeah, bro.
So crazy fun facts. Like I probably heard Colton before I heard almost anybody out of Hunt County. Like almost anybody.
Really?
Friend of mine, Brandy Cannon, invited me to a show, and it was, I can't tell you like the name of it. I want to say it started with an A, but it was like some barbecue spot in the middle of downtown Garland.
Oh, it was.
It's a weird word or something.
Where I had to cover all the songs because his
Cody was sick,
Yeah.
and his voice, because Cody
Yeah.
Daniel and Colton played
Intrinsic
together.
Barbecue.
Yes.
Intrinsic barbecue.
Yes. And Cody's voice lost his voice, so Colton had to do like the whole show. And I just randomly got invited by my friend because she was dating Cody at the time.
Dude.
But that was the first time I got exposed to him, and it was like way before I knew Zach Romo, Michael Summers, like anybody around here.
Yeah, bro.
I got
That's
to hear
cool.
Cody
It's cool that you
Daniel
remember that, man. Because I.
and Colton playing. That's cool. You remember exactly what show
Oh yeah,
it was.
I do.
I was there, man.
He turned to me. He's like, I don't think I'm gonna make it. This is like his 3rd song in. We're song swapping, and it's like a 4-hour show, right?
Dude.
Yeah, it was a long show.
Yeah.
No, sir.
And
4 hours solo.
And so we just, pretty much. Well, he
I think he like stood up there with you for a minute.
he played, and then he was like, "You got to play my set too, man." He goes, "You play my set, I'll give you everything in the tip jar." And Bubba, at this time, we had done pretty well. Like we were like 6 or 7 songs in. The people that were there were getting up, were kind of like leaving. New people were coming in, so everybody was tipping. And I was like, "I need that money. I got to pay rent. I got to pay something.
Right.
And
I don't know how long, but that was a long time ago.
and I played Britney Spears. Like I played all the songs.
All that shit.
And, it was
All the
crazy. But yeah, that was
That's dope.
a good night.
First time I ever
seen
seen you, man.
Yep, I missed that.
You
guy.
played a Britney Spears song.
Yeah, I had to. And he played a bunch of Cross Canyon Ragweed that I didn't play, and so I was just like, whatever.
Yeah.
And then we got requests for like the Eagles, and the guy put like a 50 in there, and I was like,
Yeah. Hotel California.
No, it was like Tequila Sunrise.
Oh, dude, that's a good request.
Yeah, dude, I was like, I'll gladly try that for you, sir. And I and Cody was getting me drinks and stuff too because I was playing the whole show. I was still gonna give him the money because he had things to take care of too, and he was my friend, and so I played that whole thing. I took all of those tips.
Hell yeah. I earned these mother.
Yeah, I did.
Dude, Cody would hit that Britney Spears song and it would just go crazy every time.
Dude, I'm telling
Every
you.
time
dude,
people like, oh my God.
Cody could command an audience as long as the audience was women.
Yeah.
He'd be like, he'd play a chord and say something, and they'd all come up to the stage. Like, golly, what? Why? No, I miss that guy, dude.
Hell yeah,
I
man.
miss playing with that guy. For sure.
All right, so Colton, what you got coming up? You gonna play some full band shows? You got any projects you working on? What do you got?
I'm constantly working on the new thing, and I've got a few projects that I've kind of got like set up, and I'm kind of one of those guys. I'm like, I have these different songs, and I play these different styles and stuff, and so like when I write something that goes into like this side, like this is gonna be, like I want to put out, like in like 3 years, I want people to be like, oh my gosh, Colton's putting out his 10th album. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's not gonna be like that, But and I constantly have these different things that I want to hone into and put into, and the different songs that go along with it. And I'll tell you, like in the past couple of months, I've been writing for one thing, and I don't know if it's gonna be my next thing, but I've been writing a lot and feeling better about my writing and feeling less anxious and less, and so writing has been more fun. It's been, instead of writing down because I'm in pain of some sort, writing because like life has something, and that's a good feeling to me.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And so and I don't know. I got there's a lot of projects that I want to do, but there's one right now that I'm doing. I'm not going to say anything about it or say what it is. Just
Super
know
top
it's going to be
top secret shit.
Yeah, it's going to be a little different. It's going to be, I don't know. I don't want to give too much out.
Yeah, bro.
But
Being a songwriter, like, it's so easy to write sad songs all the time. You can just fall into that, and you're just like,
and finally being in a place to where I can
You don't
like
have
play a get up song,
Yeah.
like something that's more, like active and feel it,
yeah,
because like when you get into a sad song, you write a song about a certain situation, you get into it when you feel that way,
Yeah.
and when you're on stage and you do that, and you're like, that's how you know what I'm saying, and those are the best performances, but like, but when you're like actively writing like more, like, you're worth something, your life is, is valuable type stuff, and you feel it, you're like, man, that's the best writing, and that's what this next thing is going to be, a lot of that.
Oh yeah.
But
That's a lot harder to do though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean, I guess it's just the mood. I guess it's just getting to a place to where you feel that way,
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
I can see that.
You know.
Most
You
definitely.
can't fake that kind of feeling, bro. You have to live. You have to
Yeah.
live. You have to live your whole life to start writing that kind of music.
Yeah, and when you stop trying to write for like what's out there, you just
Yeah.
write what you
Yeah.
feel, and and you can, I mean, it's I don't know, man. It's hard to explain,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I will say I am constantly recording stuff, and I do have a song called "Shot in the Dark" that is going to be like my next project.
Oh yeah.
And
awesome.
it's a song about losing a friend. My dad lost one of his best friends when he was the same age that I lost my the first person I lost, and the second person I've lost. Like, so it's like in that same time frame of his life, he was trying to get things right. He was trying to and so yeah, and it's just a story that really is eerily relates to me and my dad, and what things that happened early on in our lives, and addiction, and then losing somebody you're really close to, and but yeah, and so that's gonna be the first thing that I'll put out. I'll put it out probably as a single, and yeah,
Right on.
It's awesome.
Oh yeah. Well, we got to thank Mr. Brayden Stewart for stopping by tonight.
Yes, sir.
Last minute
excited.
call, and he stepped in.
Stepped in late. That's awesome. It's cool with it, bro.
Definitely. Matt made it on time, so we'd like to celebrate that.
We did.
Shout
Where's the clap? Where's the clap button?
Damn
Is
it.
it this
He's
one?
going to turn my mic off.
Not that one.
Brady will not be invited back to the next episode.
We'll say though, we had to reiterate in the group text. We was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, we're gonna be there an hour earlier." And then Matt showed up on time. He actually got here before Brayden did.
Yeah, we'd like to welcome
Man can
Brady to
change.
his first and last show.
But when you
Man
work
can
with
change.
musicians the way that you do, you gotta realize none
the-
of them
the-
are gonna show up on time.
The better musician you are, the later you can be.
Absolutely.
I had some OGs confirm that. That is true.
Please stop sticking to that motto.
It's true.
For the guy that runs sound for you from time to time,
Yeah.
please stop sticking to that motto.
Just don't do it at new venues.
Yeah, bro.
Jeez.
Trying to establish that relationship. Right. That's how it works, right?
So, Colton, obviously we can find you on Spotify and everything pretty easy, but social media-wise, how would one go finding your music?
Instagram's Edward Mathis, and then Facebook is just Colton Mathis Music. Spotify.
You got Twitter too, but your wife does most of your Twitter shit.
She does do all.
She'll hype you up on Twitter like crazy. I just started turning her notifications on just because
Dude,
everything she posts is about Colton Mathis.
I'm telling
awesome,
you,
bro.
she's the best. She does.
Shelby's
all that.
cool. Bro.
Hell yeah, Shelby.
Shelby will.
Yeah, she
She
is.
will send messages when I'm like, babe, I just don't feel like talking to anybody right now.
Dude.
And she's
What's
like,
up?
okay, and she'll send the message.
Oh,
I'm like, oh,
She
say it with so
definitely
much
has
shame, you know.
she has to. She'd be like, "Hey, Colton's doing this right now.
Hey,
Da, da, da. What do we need to do for this? What do we need to do for that?" And I'm like, "All right, I got you."
Sometimes I put down the phone and I'll just be in the real life, you know. A lot of times, you know, and I'll forget. I'm a very forgetful person. I hate that,
Yeah.
you know.
Fucking musicians.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was like today. I was like, hey, I'm gonna be a little late, but I don't think you know I had a long drive. And I think before I was leaving, I was like, I'll
No.
have enough time. And then I got in the car and I was like, wait, it's like 2 hours and 15 minutes away.
Yeah, no, I knew, but you were like, "Yeah, we just kind of dipped out."
We did.
Just moved.
We were like-
Yeah.
But hey, it's a cool situation. There's some cool places out there. Everybody,
Hell
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? I've already kind of networked some stuff. And so, yeah, it's a cool place. You come and camp out where I live.
Hell yeah.
It's
Out in the wilderness.
I'm telling you, it's cool.
It's cool for me
Ma-
to be like, I changed my environment, now my
It's-
songs are
it's-
better. It's like that super cool thing to see because, like, as a songwriter, like, dude,
I'm telling you.
I write in all different spots, dude. It's important.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
tool.
important for me.
A little feng shui.
Yeah, bro. It's just like, what can I get from going to the pond today instead of sitting in my room?
Except when you're like recording, and then like you get like a real cool section,
Yeah.
and then a goat is like, ah. That's part of the song. The goat's singing on this album more than I am.
It's that real country music right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's cool.
Well, we want to thank you for coming by, and just, man, congratulations. Like, not just to you, but to 301, everything y'all got going on. We're huge fans, obviously. We try to support y'all in every way we can. So,
Shout out Ethan, bro.
thank you for stopping by for your first of many visits.
I appreciate y'all having me, man.
Oh,
I
yeah.
already know.
Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode. Oh my God.
Oh,
Just leave it. Just fucking leave it. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of True Tall Tales and Whiskey.